Thank y'all for tuning in and welcome to the World's Outstanding Casual Podcast. Just a group of friends talking sports and sharing ideas, learning from each other. We appreciate y'all tuning in. My name is Cash. I'm your host. I'm here with my co-host.
Slick here.
God, you are one.
KT.
For sure.
So,
All right, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start with some NBA topics. First topic of the day. Considering what's going on with the Spurs, uh, their season is pretty much over. But we wanted to talk about Gregg Popovich, who's been sick, missed about 50 games this year, going to miss the end of the season. And hopefully he's healthy and able to come back next year. What do you think was Gregg Popovich's impact on the NBA? Slick, we're going to start with you.
What can I say about Greg, man? He's been around the NBA for a long time, 3 decades, got the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. The guy's just a winner. He's also had 4 Hall of Fame players in Manu, David Robinson, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan. Guy's got 5 championships. Hell of a coach, trendsetter. First coach to create the load management. Also, really was kind of, if you was paying attention to the NBA, he really was one of those teams that really transcended the 3 ball before Golden State did when they went on their run they had. Um, I just wish him well. I hope he can get back out there and do what he does. And if he doesn't, he's already in the Hall of Fame. He'd go down as one of the greatest coaches ever. And they built that franchise up as well. And I just think his impact on the players is huge. Like, it's just a winning culture around there. Get well, Pop.
for sure. For sure.
What
Hey,
you got from what you got? What you got? Scott?
an argument for greatest coach of all time. Anybody can choose who they want. I understand certain, Phil Jackson. He had a lot of great talent on his team. I don't know, but he definitely in that conversation. You can make an argument that he's the greatest coach of all time, and he was able to adapt in multiple different eras and some of the toughest eras against some of the toughest players. So get well, Gregg Popovich. Hope to see you again because I love to see your mind coaching in Wemby, this possible great of all time. I love to see that. I want to see Wemby be able to have that.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
Man, impact is second to none. I think you might have missed the Hall of Fame with that Slick. I think Kawhi might be in there when it's all said and done too.
Facts.
But his real impact was the culture that he instilled down there in San Antonio, where a lot of franchises tried to mimic it. We hear it today a lot with the Heat culture with Pat Riley and those old school type of guys, where you got the coaching tree, Kerr and them boys that's taking success in the roots that they learned from Popovich, taking that to other franchises, and then mimicking that success elsewhere. I think it's 3 or 4 of his head coaches that got some championship experiences, whether it be a head coach somewhere else or a direct defensive assistant head coach somewhere. So between the culture, between how he treats the players, uh, between what he stands for human rights and black culture and just what's right and wrong. Man, you've heard him be one of the loudest voices in the NBA on the coaches front, speaking for the injustices that we face, the stuff that we going through and what's right and wrong. So as a coach, as a man, as a role model, I think his impact is second to none for anybody who's ever coached in the NBA. How you feeling, Cash?
Shit, I feel like y'all basically said all of it. As a coach, I mean, I agree. I think that his resume speaks for itself. Slick basically ran everything down. Only thing you left out was 18 50 win seasons.
Shit.
18. That shit is insane. Like, outstanding coach. All of the different decades that he played in. Y'all touched on everything. His ability to adjust, to adapt. I do think that does get lost in translation about the 3 balls. When you look back at the Spurs and Miami back-to-back finals, he was one of the first coaches that had his team shooting a bunch of threes And when you look back at where he came from, playing two big men, two basically centers, twin towers, a defensive first team. Remember that Detroit Spurs finals, the lowest watch finals in NBA history, all
Yeah.
defense. Uh, he for him to be able to adapt and adjust, and then especially with today's game, when we see all of these young guys that come in, look at all of the coaches that quit because of NIL. Look at all of the coaches that can't adapt to these young kids, because this is a new breed of kids, man. The way these kids coming, they different. A lot of these young NBA players don't even watch basketball. For him to be able to adapt and always continue to grow, it's a testament to who he is as a person. And I think that really is the thing that is his legacy. The basketball stuff, that's phenomenal. The fact that he probably is the best coach all time just with the basketball stuff. But off the court, the things that he's done, like you spoke about, KT, with the social issues, he's always on the right side. He's always on the right side of all social issues. He's at the forefront. He's not scared to speak up. Uh, he's a man of respect. You see the respect that he garners from his players, his ability to coach all players. You know what I'm saying? His ability to coach the very, very best and coach them hard. You'll see him cuss Tim Duncan out the same way he'll cuss Jeremy Pargo out. I think that uh, Ginobili to have a Hall of Fame or become a sixth man, you got to have a special relationship with a person to talk him into that and have him understand this is what's best for the team. Uh, the Spurs organization as a whole, their ability to draft and continue to get European players, and they was at the forefront of that as well, bringing a bunch of Euro players over. And then when you look at his coaching tree, he got Ime, he got Kerr, he got these guys has been to the finals, won championships. Budenholzer, Monty Williams, uh, Mike Brown, Avery Johnson, a bunch of people.
Keep
Like
going, bro.
his coaching tree goes so deep, so in depth. From college coaches, NBA coaches, front office execs, everything. And then he also was a trailblazer with the Becky Hammond hire. One of the first guys to bring a woman up, put her on the coaching staff, have her be the head coach for the summer league team, and she's like his number one assistant. Was his number one assistant for a long time. Uh, but when you hear the stories from the people, they always talk about the man that he is, like how he look out for everybody, make everybody feel special. They do the team dinners. He treat the waiters and waitresses like they the CEOs. I think that he's a phenomenal basketball coach and probably an even better player. What I want to
What
ask y'all, do
what
y'all
what
think he is
where you think they rank at dynasty wise as far as the dynasties? Where you got them ranked at? So we
five
obviously
chips spread out over a bunch of time, but no back to backs? So anybody with a three-peat, I'm gonna put above them. You know what I'm saying? Off the strength. So you got Bulls, you got was it well pre modern day era, those Celtics teams. Um I would probably put I'll probably put the Lakers because they had the back to back, went for the three-peat. No, they had the three-peat, went for the four-peat, and then Kobe went and got two more. So I probably put the Lakers above them. They might be right after that, man. I got to put them above Golden State. I consider Golden State a dynasty. Uh, yeah, I probably had them modern day basketball. I say after Bulls and Lakers. That's dope. KT, what you think?
Honestly, I might have them in front of the Bulls just because of the longevity, man. Just because of the longevity, even though they had the two three peats in there,
Two.
I get the two three peats in there. I think that's solely because of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Whereas what
That's
Pop
for my
instilled
argument too.
and what Pop had going on was over the decades and spread out between a bunch of different players that just didn't include his best player at the time. Uh, Duncan is who we won the majority of them with, well, all of them with really, but at the end of that tenure, Duncan wasn't his best player no more. They had transitioned into new players and had other people looking to lead the way and take the realm. So it's hard to say they in front of Mike now, but because the Bulls really haven't done anything else in that time span other than those, I would say what Popovich has built down there in San Antonio will probably be a little bit ahead of what the Bulls did. So
So more of a longevity thing.
yeah, more of a longevity thing because he did it spread out between a certain amount of time and was still winning championships instead of just because you had the best player in the league, knocked them down and really ain't did shit else since. So I might rank them just a little bit ahead if we talking franchises.
Hey, KT, to your point, which coincides with my original point when I was talking about he might be the greatest coach of all time because he can adapt. The 90s Bulls won like that in the era of expansion league teams. I'm not going to take nothing from Mike and them, but that's true. If you look at old interviews from Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, other great players, when they were asked about how their teams would fare against these 90s Bulls, they all mentioned that same thing. They mentioned the same thing. I'm not taking nothing away from the Bulls, but Phil Jackson had the luxury of Tex Winter and great players. Not to say Pop didn't have great players, but Pop developed other players to be great players as well. We know he had Tim Duncan and he had David Robinson, but man, he developed guys into being great players. He gave Tony Parker the keys at the point guard position early and trusted him and instilled that in him. I remember them playoff series in the early 2000s, man. Like it was a good thing to watch. He just knows basketball. So I might agree with you, KT, on that. Just not just longevity, but just his knowledge of the game. Phil Jackson had the luxury of having minds with him. Meanwhile, to Cash point, Gregg Popovich created these minds. He developed these minds, not just the players, but the guys that went on to be good or great coaches. I might have to go. I might have to agree with KT, man. I just happened to cough when you said that, bro. I ain't even disagree. I
Uh,
just think how it depends on how we measure it. I think it depends on how we measure it. If you measure it from what Cash talking about, yeah, it's hard to top 2 3-piece in the same decade. But if you measure it from what you talking about, I understand that too. I'll go with that. It's hard, man. What you think, Slick?
Man, shit. That's how cold Mike and Phil was. Y'all just focused on Mike and Phil. It's whole other dynasties out here. Um, I think I'm gonna put them like in that fifth, maybe that fifth spot.
Magic Johnson.
Imagine all these teams that's ahead of them. They all the same. They all built up through the draft and went on their runs. But I will put the Bulls one, Lakers two. This
Which
the '80s like
Lakers?
this the '80s
Okay.
Lakers. This
Okay.
the '80s Lakers. I
Did the
got
80s
the
Lakers
Lakers.
ever three-peat?
Nah,
Nah, they two
but they
peated.
got five though.
who
They got
and
five
lost
chips
on
in it.
east side of yeah, they lost on east side of it.
They got 5 chips in the '80s.
And they
I
won
got
back to back.
yeah. I got Bulls one, Lakers two. I'm gonna throw the Celtics at three. This the '80s Celtics. I'm gonna put Detroit.
They got 3 or 4.
4.
The Celtics?
Bird,
Larry Bird Celtics.
Bird,
I
Bird
think
got
they got.
4.
You sure?
I think they got 3.
Three. I think three.
All right, you
Might
want?
be
All right,
three.
I'll take.
I got them. I got them three. I'm gonna throw Detroit four. They won back to back.
Which
Who?
one?
Detroit? What's Detroit? Well, I,
80.
I guess
Oh,
the
Isaiah and
others
them.
didn't win back to
Yeah,
back.
Isaiah in
Yeah,
them. Isaiah in
Yeah.
them.
yeah, yeah.
Isaiah in
That's
them.
a dynasty to you?
And the whole totality of thing, yeah, because you got to remember, it's not just about the chips. It's about the core team that was drafted and the competition they went against. This man was going against Larry Bird every time he had to get to the finals, right? Larry was
That's my
beating him, so
argument about my competition.
he had to get over the loophole. Once you beat the Celtics, you got it. He went on a 2-year run. Would have been 3, but it was just Mike time to ascend.
Steph and them
You know what
had
I'm
to
saying?
beat LeBron every time they
That's
had
what I'm finna say.
to
Like,
get there.
Right.
So
I'm
You say
definitely
Like
who?
taking Golden State over Detroit.
You say
Mike didn't
who?
have the competition
I'm taking Steph Warriors over Detroit.
for sure. For sure.
I probably would take Magic over the Spurs, but not Detroit. I don't consider that Detroit team a dynasty.
They
I'm
won
taking the
back to back
Spurs.
chips, bro.
Yeah, I
It's
think to me, I ain't saying for you. To me, for it to be a dynasty, you got to win at least 3.
Yeah,
okay. So
you gotta
I'll
dominate for
put
a decade.
I respect that, but I'll put them somewhere after that. I'll put them somewhere after that.
All right, I got a
Yeah.
follow up question for KT.
what's good?
I understand that you said this about longevity. I respect that, but do you think any of them Spurs teams could have beat any of those Bulls teams?
So the best dynasty and the best team is something different.
No, I'm saying we had 6 championships and it's a 10-year stretch.
I,
Like
I,
I don't think I
I
understand your argument about the 20 years.
yeah.
That's kind of the Mike and Jordan argument, like longevity versus who was actually the best.
I'm gonna say one of them Spurs teams can because
Which
I
one?
seen them go. I seen them go 2 for 0 with the Indiana Pacers, and they only Hall of Famer was Reggie Miller.
You comparing
It,
the Indiana
it
Pacers
was
to the Bulls?
it was a different league. That
Oh,
Pacers
I didn't say that, bro.
that Pacers team, it was a different league at that time. The Davis brothers, uh, they wasn't weak. Mark Jackson, like it wasn't just Reggie Miller. They was well coached,
I said he
and
the only Hall of Famer.
I'll say this: the matchups in the skill positions weren't too far apart because of the time at that time, where it's just vastly different styles in a contrast. Like the matchups of Rodman versus Tim or something like that. Like, and then as you get to Kukoc
So
versus Ginobili and all of that stuff, like as we get down to the people that's in there, the matchups aren't too far apart stylistically.
you forgot about another matchup.
I'm just saying overall. I'm just giving examples of the
what
He know
matchup
matchups.
what's
is that?
going on. He know what's
What
going
matchup?
on. 30, 33,
You know what I'm saying?
33,
Yes,
23.
he
It's not
forgot
too
about them
crazy.
two
I don't.
perimeter
I don't think.
players.
I think it's
I ain't
maybe one
forget him.
team that's really beating them Bulls because that team, the best player is more than likely going to win, especially that team where they was dogs. I think that team is hands down one of the best. Same way I could think that '07 Patriots team was the best football team I've ever seen, but they didn't get the ship done. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bulls are gonna
Different
beat
sport.
whoever. But as a dynasty, over the amount of time, because I mean that's championships and length of your reign is what makes you a dynasty. And I think they had that overall. Where if Jordan
No,
won
they
in the
lost
way,
to Memphis. Memphis ain't got a single Hall of Famer.
who
Like
Who lost?
the,
Is who we talking about?
the Spurs lost to Memphis.
in my
I
Like
mean,
opinion,
but
the
we
Spurs also
different
should have had
teams.
one more. You know, they had a little fluke ring get taken away. They should have had one more of them things in there too, but that's
the
neither here
fifth
nor
was the
there.
fifth.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be drinking that, but um,
I don't even think it's a discussion. They ain't fucking with the Bulls. They
I
get a
don't
couple
think so at
games.
all. I don't
They
think
probably
so
get
at
a couple
all.
games.
I think it's one team in the history that's
If it was
beating
a
that Bulls
short
team.
reign, I feel you.
Man,
We
I don't
said
know.
it's hard to win a three-peat. These motherfuckers did it twice. It ain't no question.
I'm not. I'm see. That's where when we having a little
I
discussion is
feel you. I
nuanced
understand your
because
argument.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
the Bulls is the best team. I just think as far as dynasty, what Popovich built over the course of time
I
is
swear I don't want to go
still
off on no tangent, but I just want you to answer real quick. Is LeBron better than Mike?
no.
Come on,
That's
kid.
the same argument. That's the same exact argument.
It's not though
It is.
because
It is.
the dynasty part of it has implications on longevity and championships. The best player part of it is we know who the best player is. We factor championships in, but it's people that got more rings than Mike that we don't think is better than Mike. So the dynasty part of it takes out what the best player argument is.
I feel you. All right, shit. For the next topic, Draymond just did an interview after locking up Giannis yesterday, where he was campaigning saying he should win Defensive Player of the Year because of the impact that he's had on the game outside of just statistics. He said, when people really watch the game, what I do, um, I think that I should be the Defensive Player of the Year. It got me to thinking, and now that Wemby got injured, who looked like he was a shoe-in to win his first Defensive Player of the Year, it has to go to somebody else. Who do you think is most deserving a Defensive Player of the Year, and why?
Kick it off
Uh,
with me.
all right, for sure.
Hey, y'all remember that Dave Chappelle stand up when he was talking about Rachel Dozier, the white black chick? He said, "You want to be black, you gotta change your name to Draymond Green." This dude is bold as hell. I ain't mad at him, but honestly, I don't watch enough games straight through to even answer this question. I'm gonna throw it to Slick, man. I'm gonna throw it to Slick.
I thought Wemby was for sure gonna get defensive player of the year with a close second being Dyson Daniels. Now that
Yes.
Wemby is out, I for sure think Dyson Daniels should get defensive player of the year. He's just been doing it all year, all season long. Guarding perimeter players, really taking them out their game, not to the point where you shutting them down, but he really making them work. He also has a high clip of steals, and I just think he a high energy guy. Uh, he was on Wemby team, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
He was on who team?
Wasn't he on Wemby team?
Nah, he was with New Orleans. They traded him for what's the old
No,
boy
I'm saying
name?
did him and Wemby both play on the France team?
Nah, Dyson from Australia.
I'm tripping. Okay. Um, Scratch that. But Draymond, when it comes to Draymond, for sure, we always know Draymond was a defender. For sure, I don't take nothing away from him. But I think he's just saying that now because they had attention on him with Butler being over there. He's trying to point something out. Not saying that he's not a great defender, but I definitely wasn't seeing it all season long. I just not started seeing it as of late. Him putting more of an effort in on the defensive end, once they had kind of put him at that center position for a few games. Not taking nothing away, but I think that go to Dyson Daniels. What you got? What you got, KT?
I ain't mad at the Dyson Daniels. I love him as a player in general, but I feel like before Draymond, and he been playing amazing defense all year. It's just that they lost too many games in between there for you to say that you deserve to win. Now, as they're climbing up in the standings, maybe you get the third or fourth somehow. You got a better case for it. But like we discussed with MVP in the previous pod, and kind of what are the criteria for that, other than Wemby clearly being the best at what it was this year. I'm throwing Evan Mobley in there, and I'm throwing SGA in there. We was talking about what SGA
Ooh,
was doing on the defensive end, leading the way for the number one team in the West. And then we got to talk about what Evan Mobley doing for the number one team in the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think it's overlooked. That man guards 2 through 4, 2 through 5. He can switch easily, long and lengthy, man. When Jared Allen is out of the game, there's no drop off in rebounding. There's no drop off in defending. They can play damn near small ball with how athletic he is and how versatile he is right there at the 3, 4, and 5, which was kind of what they were doing because they didn't have nobody in that 3 spot other than Karis LeVert until they was able to make the trade and get my boy in. So I would say the front runners for me would be Mobley and SGA, and then I had Draymond third right now. How you
KT, can
feeling,
I ask you a
Cass?
question?
Yo, yeah.
Real quick, let me ask you a question. Is SGA the best on-ball defender on his team?
I would get that to Lou Dort. I would get
All
that
right.
to Lou Dort. However, uh,
Don't forget Caruso over there.
Look, OKC not ain't got a shortage of defensive players over there. I was telling Cash earlier in the year they might have the best collection of defensive players in the league by far. But and that's gonna make it easier for one another. You can switch 1 through 5, especially when Williams is out there. Chet Holmgren ain't nothing to sneeze at defensively either. He was OKC just nice defensively, but if we go have a criteria for defensive player of the year, I feel like it should be along the lines of MVP. We should be looking at Mobley and we should be looking at SGA or Dort. Dort can be in that conversation too, but
Where you
SGA and
got where you
Mobley,
got Dyson Daniels ranked at enough?
he top five for sure. He top
Okay,
five for sure. Dyson is
respect,
nice, nice,
respect.
yeah.
What you got, Kev?
All right, shit. I came in this motherfucker so ready to argue against Draymond. I just knew KT was gonna take him. That's what I get for jumping ahead of the gun. But
Uh-huh.
KT really made a compelling argument, and I ain't gonna lie, he damn near made me switch my pick just because of what Evan Mobley is dealing with. Evan Mobley got two small guards, one who try to defend, the other one to cone, and like the fact that they have the best record in the NBA by the slightest of margin still, and it's because of what he does on the defensive end, his ability to switch, to get up there and guard guards, and it's never like, oh shit, we got to help him. He up here on the guard. Whoever he guard, like I'm good. Y'all worry about y'all, man. I'm straight. He phenomenal. I think that he deserves strong consideration. If he get it, I won't be mad. But I agree with Slick. Dyson Daniels is what he's done this year is phenomenal. He had 194 threes as of today. He averaging 3 steals a game. He has the most steals in the last 15 years. And he still got about 20 games to play.
You said he got how many? 194.
194.
Yeah,
The most steals in the last 15 years. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
impressive.
Like when you watch him play, he giving motherfuckers hell. And like Slick said, he ain't completely shutting them down because great offense gonna beat great defense, and there's a lot of great perimeter players out here in the league. But he
And they
giving them
super skilled.
problems. He giving them hell. Like uh Davion Mitchell, nickname is Night Off.
night off.
He deserved that shit. Dyson deserved that shit because it's gonna be a motherfucking night off. Like if you hit your numbers, you shooting that bitch 30 times. You gonna have to shoot
And
the rock.
when you watching them, bruh, you could actually see the other player just be
Timmy.
disengaged, but like they don't.
Timmy. Like
They dish,
somebody else get
man.
on this. I seen them
I
against
literally
Dame.
watched the man. I literally watched the man play the Bucks. Dame wasn't on a crumb, bro. Like Dame was trying. He just got to the point where like, you got it. You got. I'll holler
Swear
at
to
you second half.
God, folks.
You
You
got
Hey,
it.
just hit me, but I just said the same shit. I
here's what,
probably was watching the same game you talking
yeah,
about.
G.
Dame literally didn't get the ball unless Dyson was out the game or some off the ball catch and shoot type shit. Like
They
he
had to
didn't
give
want
it back
nothing to
to
do
him.
with it.
He had to
Like
give it, and then they had to give it back to him somewhere else. And the crazy thing is, it was a couple times that Dame did kind of get on his hip. His recovery speed is amazing, G.
and
Yeah,
Real
that's
Dame
what
had
talk.
makes
got to like a
I
dub
like.
that game. I think Dame scored like 24 or some shit. If this is the game, same game we talking about.
It
Uh
it came late though, and
but it
it was
all
here and there.
came like off of screens or Dyson is out the game. Uh but I've been seeing
Bro, y'all
Dyson do it
talking
all
like this
year.
is Scottie Pippen, bro. I'm finna have to
Nah,
go
Dyson
watch
can
him. I
play,
No,
like
no,
G.
he nah, he
Dyson
ain't
can.
pit, but he cold. He cold.
Hey,
Dyson gonna give you
I'm talking about Pip
15,
on
8.
defense.
hey,
Oh yeah,
most steals in 15 years, bro.
yeah.
Like,
All
take
right.
that for whatever it's worth. Know what I'm saying? Like, he a
No,
problem.
that's impressive, dog.
He blocking shit, and it's not just the stats. It's not like he just jumping past in lane. He really ripping niggas. He really will pick you up 84 feet, snatch that bitch, go in for a dunk. Uh, Atlanta, watch out for them in the next 2-3 years. I know they was kind of talking about like breaking it down and all that shit, but with the young players that they got and the fact that they got Dyson for DeJounte Murray and they got 2 first-round picks,
I think they come
I
off
like
a
that.
trade.
hey,
I
Trade
think
highway
my
they come
pick.
robbery.
off a trade, OG.
Nah,
Highway
they shouldn't
robbery.
do no
You
shit
said
like
come
that.
off a trade?
I think they come off a trade.
Ah, hell
I would
no.
not. I would
I'm
I
not.
not.
I'm
would
not saying.
not.
But I think they come off a trade, bro.
I would not. I know what
Oh,
you're
you just
saying. Like they probably on 2 different trajectory or 2 different
Yeah.
timelines, but I would keep Trey because one, I think that he is Atlanta. Like he is the face of Atlanta Hawks basketball. Also, Trey has been successful for whatever you think about him defensively. He's been successful. He's been pretty successful in Atlanta. He did take him to an Eastern Conference Finals for whatever that's worth. However you feel about that, he's putting up
I
great
feel
numbers.
I feel a lot about it.
You've seen him decrease his scoring and become a better facilitator. And when I say these assists not fake, like he leading the league in assists.
He
But when you
dropping
watch
them
him
off.
play, this mother left hand, right hand, cross court passes, hit wide open. Wide open. I ain't got to do
And
nothing with it but shoot it.
you
Like,
know who started to mimic Trey game? John Morant.
Ja always been a great passer.
Yeah, Ja
Low
always
key,
been
I've
great.
always said that the best part of his game is his passing. People think
He
it's all this
he
other
he
shit.
stepped that up. He's less like,
Bro, he was doing that shit at Murray State.
yeah.
He's
He
doing that shit
like
at Murray State. It's
he
so
been
hard to
stepping that
lead
up.
the nation in assists in college
Yep.
because they keep real stats. They 1-2 bounce. As soon as
Yeah.
motherfucker bounce that bitch 3 times, ain't no
It's
assist.
done. It's
Like,
curtains.
they don't
Yeah.
fuck around. You know what I'm saying? He led college in assists. Ja been able to pass. But I like Trey there. I like him being able to mesh with them young boys. And I think they got a super, super bright future. I'm a fan of Reese Shea. I like what I've seen
Yeah.
from him. But to answer the question, I think Dyson Dane deserves Defensive Player of the Year. If Evan
For
Mobley
sure.
get it, you made a real compelling case. I wouldn't be mad if he did get it. But I would give it to Dyson.
Hey, shout out Evan Mobley, boy. Hey, that's good shit,
Mhm.
KT. That was dope.
So
Yeah, that point you made about the 2 point guards, he holding down the paint and switching off. That's tough.
All right, you are the GM. Your team gets the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Who do you take? The tournament will be starting tomorrow, basically. I mean, we had the little play-in games, but the real tournament starts tomorrow with college basketball in full swing. Let's go ahead and talk about who would you take? Like, I know that it's a bunch of great prospects out there. KT, I'm gonna start with you as the resident Duke fan. Who you taking
Dookie.
number 1 and why?
man, it really just depends what team I am. Honestly, like it would be easy for me to say Cooper Flag, but he may not fit the needs of all the teams that we got. Um, who we got at the bottom right now? We looking at,
Washington, Charlotte.
yeah.
No,
If I'm
Charlotte look.
Washington or Charlotte, I mean Charlotte, man. I don't know what the fuck I would do if I'm Charlotte. G. I don't know
They
what
got
I'm
it.
doing if I'm Charlotte, bro.
I
Like
know what to
Mike.
do.
you got so many pieces in Charlotte, but they just don't play well together. Like Bridges is a piece. Mark Williams is a dog. I know how you feel about LaMelo, so it's like, you know,
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller too. Like, yeah, I'll probably just take Cooper, man. I'll probably just go ahead and take Cooper. It's a couple other. What's the Harper kid? Uh,
Dylan.
Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is not, but again, you don't really need him at the guard position if you like what you holding on to with Melo and them boys. Like you got a rotation, you got Nick Smith there too, but so I'm probably taking somebody at that 4 position that I can lock up next to Melo, that I can lock up next to Nick, that Mark Williams, that I can extend with Bridges. And man, I probably trade Melo for a couple pieces, see if I can get Trey up out of Atlanta or
Yeah.
something like we was just talking about, man. Like they gotta make something or they
If
gotta
I'm
ship them
Atlanta, ain't
boys.
no motherfucking way I'm making that trade.
You know what I'm saying? Or they gotta
No
ship
way.
them boys to Seattle, G, so we can see the Supersonics get a chance again or something, cause some shit gotta shake there with Charlotte, man. So
Can't
yeah, I'm
wait
I'm
for the
I'm, I'm
Sonics to come
probably
back.
I'm probably
Michael
taking
Jordan.
Flame. Yeah.
Jordan already sold them.
No, he did. That boy trash at GM.
Yeah, when he got Kimba up out of there, he said it was enough. He said he was done, man. So yeah, I'm probably taking Flag. It is some reservations though on what his ceiling really is. He got
I'm
all the
interested.
tools.
What's the reservation?
We'll get to that in the later. We'll get
Wait,
to
you
that
say
in the
your
later
reservation
talk.
for who?
We just want to discuss who we taking
We
first, and
don't want to say nothing bad about Duke
yeah,
players,
I'm
bro.
probably gonna take Flag, man.
How much he paying you?
You know, no, that's my boy. That's my young boy. You know what I'm saying? That's my young boy. So
Couple
we'll keep it at
dollars.
that. Couple dollars.
Couple dollars.
Top of the
Couple
dollars.
dollars.
You
You
ain't low,
feel me?
nigga. We know what's up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Y'all know what season it is, man. Get your brackets in. Duke season.
Yes, sir.
What you got, Cass? Let me hear what you got.
Shit, I'm taking Dylan Harper. I went to the McDonald's All American game. It was out here in Houston. Uh, I told all y'all when I went to the game, like, this motherfucker cold. And I didn't know he was Ron Harper's son at the time. Just when they was doing the lineups, and I usually follow high school basketball pretty tough. And I wasn't so much last year. So I go to the McDonald's game, and as the starters are coming out, I'm like, hey, this nigga look like an NBA player. Like, he's swole, like body built like he ready for the league type shit. So the game start, and you could just see like the star quality. You feel me? Like when you on the court with somebody and they didn't already have practices and shit, so I'm sure they already know like who's the best. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas think they the best from all of the states they came from or whatever. But once they really get in there, get in practice, and they playing with each other, they know who the best. So I'm saying the reverence that the players have for him. They setting screens for him. They passing him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, he must be him. And like, I ain't know much about him, but I remember when I left, I texted y'all and told y'all, hey, he made the biggest imprint on me on what I believe they gonna do going into college. As far as Cooper Flag, he reminds me of my favorite role player ever. I hate when we always compare black players to black players and white players to white players, but he reminds me of Andre Karolinko. It's my favorite role player of all time. And that's what I think of Cooper Flag. I think that he is an excellent defender. And I think that he could be a really great number three. But I do not see number one player. Uh, the point that KT made about dependent upon who gets the pick, I agree with that. If Charlotte get it, they for sure probably take Cooper Flag. I don't know if I want him going in that culture though. These motherfuckers be down 30 points laughing on the bench. Like, I don't
Cash
know if
hate.
I really want him going there. Like, Brandon Miller is super competitive. But honestly, I would get off of Melo. Straight up. Melo don't play winning basketball. I know y'all done heard me say this shit 4 or 5 times. But Melo don't play winning basketball. I would come off of him and then build around Brandon Miller and Flop. He is the perfect like missing piece for that team. When you look at the players that they got a point, two, another wing, a big man. They need the new age power forward. He would fit right there. But I just don't like the culture there for him. For Washington, they need whatever. They need best available player. So I would definitely take Dylan Harper because I think he's the best available player. I think that he has star quality. Um, there's going to be some part of like great white hope for Cooper Fly because of what he represents. Uh, but I kind of feel like Ace Bailey might end up being better than him too. Uh, I don't think that in like college is for him, but when he gets to the league and the floor opens up and he got all these other super talented players around him, I think that he's going to thrive and be a much better NBA player than college player. I do think that this draft is sneaky deep and gonna be a really good draft though. Slick, what you got?
I'm taking another one of them Rucker boys. Speaking of Bailey, that's who I'm taking one. It don't matter. You never have a shortage of guards. We just seen Minnesota take Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr. You get him on one of these teams, and I'm for sure with Charlotte coming up off of Melo. Sell him wide, stock high. Get some nice pieces in return because you already got a core of Mark Williams and Brandon Miller. I like Ace Bailey. Charlotte, like Ace Bailey. Washington. Um, and speaking of Cooper, I agree. I don't see him as a one. And I don't necessarily want him going to a shit organization either. I think he's the type of player right now. where he have to go and be a system player. I think somebody that's well coached should be able to coach him, because I think if he go to one of these teams that's struggling, they're not gonna know what to do with him. So
But
I
he
feel like
don't
he,
go to a shit organization. Let me ask you this. My
yeah,
fault, Scotty. But let me ask you this.
No, you cool.
With the NIL deals and motherfuckers being able to make the type of money that they making, would you consider going back to school?
If Charlotte finna draft me, yeah.
But it's
I
the
would.
draft lottery, so you don't know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to Charlotte, dog. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not going to Charlotte.
I'm putting my name in a joint. If Charlotte come up, hey, I'm going to hoop overseas for a minute. I'll
I'm
be
going
back.
for a year, G. For real.
I'm going to hoop overseas for a minute, Joe. I
Like,
mean,
I'm
I'm not
not
Charlotte
either.
going
and
to
Washington.
Charlotte.
Charlotte and Washington some shit.
Some shit.
I wouldn't want to go to neither one of them, bro. Like, nah, I'm cool. I'm
Wh-
cool.
who would even take? It's not who would take Melo. If you was Phoenix, would you
Let's dou-
would that would you
let's
trade that
double
for
back on
Bill?
that one. Scotty give his take. Let's double back on
Yeah,
that one.
my bad,
Scotty
my
give his
bad,
take.
Scotty.
I'll get it
Yep,
to you
yep.
quick. Ain't no thing. I'll get it to you quick. Um, it was this dude on YouTube. I forgot it. I wish I knew his name and his YouTube channel. I shot him out because he goes and dissects all the high school prospects games, especially the ones who they try to that's highly touted like a Cooper Flag. And he did this about a year and a half ago when Coop was like maybe I want to say he was a junior. And when he was breaking down this game, he was talking about all the flaws he had when he in his triple threat, how he swiped through and everything. And everything he talked about, I still see him doing. I don't even think he a number two. For real, for real. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I think Cash not convinced me on Harper based upon what he's seen him do in high school because the game is different. The game in college is more system. You can hide some things and you won't see. Like you ain't like they ain't know Michael Jordan was gonna be Michael Jordan playing under Dean Smith. Like he put shackles on your game. I'm gonna go with Harper, but also it depends on which team too. So I don't know, but I wouldn't take Flag, man. I don't know. If I'm Flag, I'm gonna come out because of the bag.
He gonna
But
get a
if I'm a
bag
team,
regardless. If it's the NIL,
Yeah, Flag
you could be
definitely
more
coming up.
strategically smart these days with these NIL deals. Like they get some type of control. Because like if you don't want to go to a shit team,
He's
you
fuck
really got
around, make
options.
more money from NIL than he made from his NBA contract.
Yeah.
he that
Yeah.
popular.
No, he the one. He the
He
one
Greg
in
was
college.
lit.
Popovich.
He was
College is
touted. He been
different though.
highly touted for a long time. Must thought he
Yeah.
gonna be
And
the
don't
next
get
great.
me wrong, he can hoop. But just like
He
the
can hoop,
NBA is a different thing.
but he
Like
yeah. I don't see it, bro. I don't
when you
see
are when you are a 1 percentile athlete, it's a huge gap between you and high school players. It's a big gap still between you and college players. But when you get to the league, everybody there. And that gap closes a lot. And you got to be way more skilled than just I'm a great athlete. The
And
defense,
to keep it a buck, bro, it ain't that much separation in Ace Bailey and Harper.
It's
It's
just
really not.
Harper 6'6". What
I ain't
Bailey
mad
six
at you,
four.
Slick.
Harper 6'6". Like
feeling
he
cold, boy.
he
And it's a perimeter game. Like,
yeah.
I like
It's
Ace.
still
Only thing about Ace is like his shot selection is real bad. I'm worried about that. And he don't do a whole lot outside
Well,
of
bro,
scoring the ball.
he gonna get coached up once he comes to the league. That's some
Yeah,
college shit.
but it
Bro,
depends
but
on the
Dylan
team,
ready
bro.
though, fo. That's what
It
I'm
depends
telling
on
you.
the
Like
team.
even
Yeah, but I'm saying, no doubt, I would take. I don't mind. I don't mind Harper going one, but I feel like it's a pick your poison with them too. For real, I think it's a pick your poison with them too.
I ain't
Ace
mad at
Bailey,
it.
nice.
I ain't
man.
mad at it. Ace nice.
I
For
feel
real,
Trey
we
like
gonna
Jones
see
from
when I.
Texas nice too though.
I
This a
feel
bunch.
like
This
Ace
draft
Ace
gonna be
go
decent.
somewhere like New Orleans, where he'll actually have a chance to develop once they get off
Who?
some of those people, like Ace or somebody. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
New
Like,
Orleans coach?
uh,
Willie Green.
is it Willie
Oh, that
Green?
might be decent.
Yeah, Willie
That
Green.
might be decent.
He'll have a chance. He'll have a
That might be
chance to
decent.
develop. They at least develop their young folks. Like,
Gee, they
you
got
can't.
too
Yeah.
many players they trying to develop at once.
I think they gonna get off a lot of them, but a lot of them. I think they just gonna start
We
over.
thought that at the trade deadline, and they stayed put.
True that. But that was before Murray popped his Achilles. You know what I'm saying? Like, That happens. Maybe they get rid of CJ. Probably somebody go call for Trey Murphy and them. Like somebody calling for the boys, and then they let that young talent just build over there because they got some nice young pieces too. But
We gonna see what's up with.
yeah,
My thing about young teams like that is when you have a bunch of young talent, you can't develop everybody together. Like these still humans, and we take out the human part of like these motherfuckers want to be the guy.
yeah.
So when you got 3, 4 dogs and everybody want to be the guy, you think you draft him over there? What you think Zion gonna do, boy? Like this is my shit. What you mean? Like,
He ain't
and
gonna do
then
shit. He ain't gonna do shit anyway. Nigga gonna come in out of shape. That ain't nothing new. What he gonna threaten him and say he ain't gonna come in shape? He gonna
hey,
do
let
that
me tell
anyway.
you something. Let me tell you something. I don't care as fat as he might be during the off season, as out of shape as he might be, whatever. It ain't no bad basketball film of Zion that exists. It ain't no on the court basketball film of Zion that exists. Shorty been hooping every single time he touched the court at every level. Like I agree. Clearly, we all know it's a injury problem with Zion, but this motherfucker can play
He hoops, dog. He's so cold.
every time.
He's so cold,
Yeah,
G.
it's like he didn't. I
He
tell
getting
you
Man,
that
that.
child.
action. I should have went to that one.
I don't think it's a problem. I think you can develop somebody alongside him. Like he's super ball dominant and shit. Like Zion can hoop. Man. I don't think it'd be an issue. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying though.
I think him and Trey is a good forward pair. You got Zion who can't really shoot. You got Trey who got a burner. Um, if I'm them, I would take like a Dylan and come up off of CJ. CJ really don't make sense for that team.
CJ got to go.
Yeah, he a veteran who like you on a different timetable than the rest of us. Get your ass out of here. All right, shit. Next topic, staying with the NCAA, with the women's tournament. Uh, the women's tournament is about to commence. My question is, SC has a number one seed. Is Juju Watkins the best women's basketball prospect ever?
Hey,
Uh, Scotty, let's start with you.
I ain't never see Cheryl Miller. I heard all the stories. So not counting Cheryl Miller, all right? So don't call me crazy, please. I've watched Maya Moore play every season at UConn. I
Dog.
watched Diana Taurasi play. Dog. I watched Diana Taurasi play every season at UConn. Bro, I want y'all to convince me I'm not tweaking. Just 2 weeks ago, I posted a status that say, yo, or I comment on somebody's status say, yo, Juju might be the most skilled player, women's player I ever seen, bro. I am hard pressed to find the flaw, Slick, on both ends of the floor.
Ain't no wrong with you, Drew.
Bro, I think she's a more complete player than Diana Taurasi in Maya Moore. I think she is the best prospect I ever seen. I love Candace Parker. I watched Lisa Leslie. I didn't see Lisa in college. I didn't see Cynthia Cooper and all that because her and Cheryl Swoops, they started the WNBA. I ain't see them play in college. They was overseas when the WNBA was starting. So I don't want to be disrespectful to them, Sue Bird or none of them. Even the sister that played for Las Vegas. I just think this is the most complete prospect I ever seen.
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, Asia. I think Juju the most complete prospect I ever seen. What you think, KT? Let me know, son. I ain't trying to be rude or disrespectful to nobody that paved the way. None of that. Bro, she got that.
It's it's really twofold for me because I feel like the more advanced we get, the later the years go on, the more advanced we get, the better that the game is evolving for the women. So better skills, better handles, better jump shots, better game, all the way to the point where you see little youngins that's just doing shit that we wasn't doing when we was in eighth grade, shit like that. You like, God, eh. So you get to a point with you where you watching her game and it's super nice. It's just that the impact. I'm trying to think of. I vividly remember UConn not losing for like 4 years in a row. You know
They
what
was
I'm
stacked,
saying?
bro.
You know,
They was
like
stacked.
I remember it was a Gino Auriemma account on Sports Center that lasted years
Yeah, yeah,
because of the
yeah.
because of the talent that they had over there that they was hooping with. And so it's like, it is Juju better than Maya? Is Juju better than what Diana was doing? And it's just like, maybe I didn't dissect Maya Moore games like that back then. Maybe I wasn't really watching Diana like that, even though I was watching it to the point where we dissecting today. But man, I feel like it might be one of them UConn women that got it right now.
They was
Because
stacked, KT. I
yeah,
hear you though.
they was man. I think they won like what was it, 144 home games straight or some shit like that.
It's they individual game, bro.
Man, which is hard to see because Ju, while she got some talent on her team, is her by herself essentially. The same thing it was with Caitlin. The same thing it was. I feel like the same thing it is with Paige right now as well. Uh, but
She do.
I edge it slightly behind. I think Tarasi was the one.
Ooh,
I think
okay,
Tarasi
what's
was the
up?
one, man. I edge Ju slightly behind Tarasi right now.
All right, she a sophomore. I'll let it slide, G.
You know,
They
but
team was
she got
stacked.
more time. Ju might break every college record there is if she stay. She might break all of them. Same way they was cheering for Caitlyn, well, they gonna have to cheer for Ju because she finna break all them shits. Cash, man, let me hear what you got.
Both ends of the flow, bro.
All right. So, is Juju Watkins the best women's basketball prospect ever? Not yet. Not yet. She will be. Not yet. She only in her sophomore year. She still got a full NCAA tournament and 2 more years to get busy. But she on her way. Minus injury, she certainly will be. If she keep up this level of play, she certainly will be. Uh, Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore, respect what they did. I think Maya Moore right now is the greatest women's basketball player ever. Uh,
Me too. I agree.
but they had a farm over there, and it wasn't just them. They had a farm. They had a talent farm rolling in every single year, player after player. Juju, her recruitment came down to South Carolina, which was had back-to-back national championships, and USC. She could have followed the footpaths of like, oh, this program raw. Let me just go ahead. She lived 7 miles from USC. She said, "I'm going where I grew up at." You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the time, USC ain't did shit since Parker. Like USC ain't been on shit. It's been 30 years since they made the Sweet 16.
Since McCall.
Juju did that. You know what I'm saying? And then like when you look at her trajectory, obviously, she's only a sophomore. So it's a loaded question because it's like she got so much more to do. And because of the WNBA rules, it's a Mando 2 more years. However, her trajectory says yes from everything that she's done. 2-time national Gatorade Player of the Year, won high school championship at Sierra Kane, one of the best high schools that plays one of the hardest schedules in high school. Won a national championship, only lost 1 game in high school. Now, I don't want to steal Slick Thunder, but I got a feeling that he gonna say somebody else. So I'm just gonna tell you Juju's stats because when we say prospect, right? What does prospect mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it's based on what you've done up to this point. So we gotta include high school. You know what I'm saying? Like college is 4 years. So what did you do prior to that? What made you this start going into that? In high school, she averaged 27, 14, and 3.6 assists. 3 steals, 2 blocks.
Gotta get it done.
Wasn't fucking around.
Gotta get it done.
And when you see her, what do the eyeball tests tell you? Like, no disrespect to women, but Juju hoop like a guy.
She got some dog energy.
No
That's
bullshit.
all I'm
She got some
saying,
dog in her
cuz.
for
Like,
real.
no disrespect to women. I
She
don't
got some dog
mean
energy.
nothing disrespectful by it, but she
Man,
hoop like a guy. Like, when you see her play, the eye test tell you she's different. I could be watching a game with a motherfucker who never watched basketball. And when they watch it, they're going to be like, who is that? Like, because she different than the other 9 players out there. Like, she cold. And she do it on both sides of the ball. Know what I'm saying? In that 51-point game, she had 8 blocks.
She
Set a
clapping.
record for most points scored by a freshman. And then all time. So whoever we bring up and we say, well, this is what they did, her story not finished, but based on her trajectory, she had the best first 2 years in NCAA history. As far as individual numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that she's on the trajectory to get there. I'm gonna let Slick go. But yeah, I think that will she be? I can't say she is for sure yet, but will she be? I'm gonna say yes.
That's so slick.
Is Juju
Best
Watkins the
me.
best female player in basketball right now? Yes. The game is catered towards her style of play, penetration, tray ball, being able to handle the ball. She's the best player in women's basketball currently, for sure. When we talk about prospect wise, I don't even think she's the best player in USC history. I will have Cheryl Miller. Right after Cheryl, I'm taking Cynthia, and I will have Juju at 3 as of now. I also agree with Cash. She's not done. So I think it's fair to have her in that 3rd spot. And depending on what she does in these next 2 years, she can jump some spots, possibly end up being that 1. But when we talk about the history of USC basketball, you have to realize Cheryl Miller came in there, won the NCAA title as a freshman, averaging 23 and 12. You also had Cynthia Cooper over there with her as well. They won 2 NCAA titles in a 4-year stretch, 3 appearances in the Final Four tournament. And then if you just want to take it down the road later, Cheryl wasn't even playing basketball no more. When the WNBA first started, Cynthia Cooper right out there. Her and Cheryl the same age. She ready to go. Hey, they won 4 chips over there. She got 2 MVPs, led the league in scoring 3 times. She's regarded as one of the best basketball players ever. So
Top
I didn't see her in her college days, but I'm not gonna pass up the history of what they did either. So Juju is still working. But I did see Cynthia Cooper with my own eyes play for the Houston Comets. Because that's when I believe that the WNBA was at its height.
You
And
see,
it's just not getting back around to that with the talent pool that's coming in. But when that league first started, you had some girls out there that was hooping, and Cynthia set herself apart. So as far as Juju being the best prospect, it's still to be determined. Right now, I have her 3rd in history of USC, and currently the best basketball player, female basketball player right now.
All right.
hey,
So Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl played on the same team.
Facts.
It's hard to tell me. It's hard for me to accept that both of them better when they played together. They won 2 national titles. It was the first 2 years, and they also had the twins Pam and Paula McGee, JaVale McGee mama. Uh, those was the number 2 and number 3 scorers on those teams. Then Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia Cooper was really the ball handler passer. Also, the talent pool was so much smaller back in those days compared to what it is now. Like what Juju is going against compared to what Cheryl was going against is night and day. Motherfuckers used to say Bill Russell and them was playing against plumbers and shit. What do you think they was playing against? Like,
hey,
That still throws out the whole argument. It's an era thing. You can't shit on their era. They played who they played and they did what they were supposed to do.
yeah,
Don't
but you
matter.
still gotta mention it
Y'all
though.
just sat here and regarded Maya Moore as being the greatest female basketball player, and she had look at how many titles she won. That's why y'all saying that, because the amount
I
of
don't go
titles
off
that she won.
titles, bro. No,
But I'm
I don't.
saying that
I don't go off titles.
you put you put Cheryl Miller stats against anybody in the history of college. She is right there. It don't
Juju
matter.
numbers better than hers the first 2 years.
It don't. I'm talking about the
Her
total.
number's not better than
I'm
Juju.
talking about the totality of everything that she did in college, bro.
Juju not playing with a Cynthia Cooper.
We're
She
not
not
even
playing
talking
with a
about
Pamela
Juju.
Paula McGee.
We Juju is not a part of the conversation no more, bro. I already agreed with you that she's in third because her journey is not finished yet. So with
Okay.
her being third, that solidifies my argument. You're trying to argue on something that I already stamped as saying like she can jump these hurdles, but as of now, no, she's not there. She's not there. I don't want to hear nothing about competition or
You
anything.
saying prospect. Cynthia Cooper was not a better prospect than her. If you saying
We
Cheryl
can't
is today,
we can't
hold on.
say that though because it wasn't no
I,
WNBA.
Juju
Then
not
that
in the
make it null and
WNBA.
void.
She in
Then that
college,
then that
She a
completely makes it
prospect,
null
right?
and void. If you
right?
gonna
So
say
we got
because
to
there
go
was
off their
no
college.
WNBA, go
Right.
ahead.
I am going off their college. Go ahead, Scotty.
And in college, her first 2 years, she better than Cynthia Cooper, bro.
Way better.
I,
Way
listen,
better.
I
That's
only seen
fine.
Cynthia Cooper
Coop
play
Coop won a
when she
ship.
played for Houston.
They
The
got a
Comets.
title, bro.
With a
I
whip.
only, yeah, this is the same argument we get. KT was talking about Gino Oriama and his teams that was stacked, bro. So we talk about this is a team sport. This ain't boxing. This ain't tennis. It's a team sport. And when I look at her, she got a dribble pull up in between games.
That's
She
fine.
got a
I agree.
like, bro. Cynthia Cooper had none of this.
What?
I don't agree with that.
What?
I don't agree with that.
Chi-Town?
Bro,
You mean Cynthia Cooper from the shop? She ain't had no handle package? She
I
ain't
don't
had no
agree
no,
with
bro.
that.
I ain't
mid-range?
saying.
And I want to throw in, when she left school, she was fifth for all time in steals. So she was a two-way player. You telling me
Cynthia
she ain't
Cooper.
had that? She ain't had. Come on, man,
No,
stop.
bro. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is it's not better than what I'm watching this girl doing.
That's fine.
When I'm
And
watching Cooper,
Cynthia was more efficient. 47, 48, 50% from the field. She's
Yeah, but
shooting
she
40
wasn't
and
playing
her
42%
team
nobody,
out there.
bro.
stacked, bro.
She wasn't playing nobody, bro.
You can't say that, bro. If you say she
I'm
wasn't
not
playing
saying
nobody,
Cynthia Cooper didn't have none of
if you say she wasn't playing nobody, you agreeing to the YN niggas conversation when they be like Mike and the older competition wasn't playing nobody. You can't say that. Because if you say that, you agreeing with everything that they say.
No,
You
I'm
can't
no,
say
not
she
I
wasn't
because
can't
playing
say that.
nobody.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I can't.
The
I don't
fact that
agree.
you're
God.
trying to make that like that's a lateral conversation is not.
Mm,
Just because they're saying Michael Jordan didn't play nobody in the 90s when clearly the NBA talent pool was way better than women's college basketball in 1983. The fuck out of here. Like, it's not even close. Like,
Way better.
she literally, you can't name nobody she played. Not one person. They fucking played San Francisco in a championship game. Who the fuck played on that team? You can't name one person. That's the point that I'm making. Like, I'm not saying it. Cheryl was a dog for sure. She was a dog. But Cynthia Cooper was the fourth leading scorer on that team. Like, I will buy Cheryl right now is a better prospect than Juju right now, but through their sophomore year, she was not better than Juju. They the same
No,
height. Juju got better stats. She's broke all of her
better
SC
skills.
records in the first 2 years.
Better
All of her
skills.
records.
I don't care
And
about
she
the
don't
air.
have Hall of Fame players playing with her. She ain't got the
None.
twins. She ain't got Cynthia Cooper.
That's fine. She's still third. I don't care how inflicted you talk. She's still third. I don't care
Ain't
what
no
you say.
fucking way
Hey,
Cynthia's better than her.
I'm not convinced.
She's
I have
third.
never seen a woman's player with that package. Again, not to say
So
Cynthia Cooper,
you didn't see Cynthia Cooper when she was in the WNBA?
bro. I
I
seen
did
Cynthia
Cynthia
Cooper
Cahoot,
in
but we
comments. I
talking about
watched her play.
prospect. As a
I watched her
prospect
play.
coming into the
I
league.
seen her. See, bro, you got it,
I
bro.
give you Cheryl. I'm not giving you Cynthia.
That's fine. I don't need your accreditation though. You gave me your spiel. I
You
respect your
wrong, but
spiel,
what's
nigga.
new?
At the end of the day, she third still,
You
and
wrong, but what's new?
she could at least hold a one. She ain't finished. Shout out Juju.
Okay, I respect it because again, we talking about a sophomore.
Juju
Yeah, talking
definitely
about
the
a sophomore.
best. She,
The
she
best
ain't had
sophomore I ever
time to
seen.
prove. She ain't had time to have a better resume yet, but she definitely the best. Through
Mm,
two
Right.
years, what she done did, is definitely better than what anybody has ever done. It's kind of weird. KT was really the only person to mention Caitlyn. Caitlyn really put together some shit.
She
Like,
just ain't
for
up,
her to
like
not be mentioned as one of the greatest prospects ever, and then with the rookie year she had,
Hey man.
Caitlyn was cold. Caitlyn was cold. And Juju finna break all her records. Caitlyn, the
Always.
all-time leading scorer in
I like
NCAA
how you
tournament.
use Caitlyn to make your argument, nigga.
No, hold on. All
All
them
right,
records
shit, let's
didn't
go
go.
ahead and pivot. We're gonna go ahead and go to boxing. Should boxing have a March Madness style tournament? How would it look? Casey, we're gonna go ahead and let you kick it off. What type
Yeah.
of tournament we talking about?
This how I envision it. Because of the weight classes, you can't really have every boxer in the same bracket in the same tournament. So it would really be three weight divisions in a tournament. We rank let's say 125, 126, 122, 126, 130. We rank them, put all of them together, depending on who win. If it's somebody at 130 or somebody at 122, they fight at 126. If it's somebody at 122 and 126, they fight at a catch weight if you feel like anywhere between those three weight divisions. Then we have 135, 140, 147. We have 154, 160, 168. And then we have 175 and up. Rank those folks, depending on if they got titles all the way down, put them in a March Madness tournament, see who come out the best, man. I feel like,
So, I got a question.
go ahead.
So, like, how many people are we talking about in this tournament?
I mean, if we going through weight classes, we say top 10, top 10, top 12 in each class, whatever make the brackets come out even. You know what I'm
So we
saying?
talking like 36 ish,
Yeah,
40,
30,
whatever.
36, 30, 36 fighters. They have the best of them from all those weight classes. Get on until they see who number one. You already got something like that with Canelo and Crawford getting it on. You got all them boys at 154, 160, and 168 wanting to get busy anyway. Put them all in. Make sure the weight is somewhat fair and comparable, where you can go down or you fight at a catch weight where y'all feel comfortable. But if you in that classes, y'all got to get it on. And then we'll see who the best within, 122 to 130. See who the best between 135 to 147. See who the best between 154 to 168. See who the best between 175 and up. And at least give us more of the fights that we want to see, some unorthodox fights, some fights that we never thought we would see. See a lot more of the style clashes. People don't know who they fighting until, they get in a certain bracket. So you really just gotta fight the fight. You know what I'm saying? What
What's the time frame on them
it could be
on these
one
fights?
one fight a month, something like that. That way we can get through it in a certain time. I know a lot of the bigger name fighters and something that we was alluding to in previous conversations are not really fighting too often. But hey, I feel like you put a big enough purse up at the end of that tournament or something, and you guarantee these fighters X amount wins get you additional bread as you go on. The winner's the best boxer in their weight division, man. Undisputed
Mm.
at 122, 125, 126 and 130. Undisputed at 140, 147 and 135. You know what I'm saying? Like I beat the people that was in front of me. The best beat the best. The best fight the best. You'll get some upsets in there. You'll get some matchups we probably seen before, some that we probably would never see, and shit, see how it turn out. I think it'll be great for boxing.
Let me hold this. I want to go
Yeah,
next.
let me hear you, Cash.
Mm.
I like the idea, but I don't think it's practical at all. Primarily because of what Slick just said, like the timeline. I don't think there's no way to get this done in boxing. When you look at the Super Six tournament, it kept getting pushed back due to injuries.
Uh-huh.
That's only 6 fighters. We talking
And one
about 36 to 40 fighters in a sport where motherfuckers do not leave the ring healthy. Like
True.
even the victor might not leave the ring healthy. It's
True.
like I think that it's way too many moving parts for that in boxing. I'm also I like tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the Super Six was hard to get through, and that's only 6 fighters.
Do
You know
we
what I'm saying?
minimize it?
And
Do we drop the number down?
I would be cool with if they did Super Sixes at every division. However, when you talk about like combining divisions and shit, the first thing that you got to understand is most fighters fight at the lowest weight that they could possibly make. So like the 35ers probably can go to 40, and some of them could be successful. I could see Shakur possibly beating a lot of people at 40. Um, but it's a bunch of 47ers that cannot make 40. Boots can't make 40. Stanionis can't make 40. Like Brian Norman can't make 40. That's 3 champions. I don't
they
think
might not make
Barrios can make 40 no
43.
more. He made 40 before, and that was the last fight that he made 40, and he was compromised in that fight, which is why your boy took the fight, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna
I
stay on
peeped
topic.
that you. I thought you was gonna go
I'm
all the
gonna
way
stay
there.
on topic. I'm gonna stay on topic. None of the champions at 47 can make 40 no more. So it's just like I think that the fighters that's coming up from those higher divisions like 68, 47, 26, I think they would be too compromised. Maybe some 26ers can make 22, but not a lot of them. Like, look at how compromised Fulton was. Fight anyway. Know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Most fighters fight at the lowest weight that they can make. Most guys fight at the lowest weight that they can make. So, like, I don't think that the bigger guys could go down. I think that the smaller guys can go up, and some of them could be successful. And a lot of them have advantages when they go up, if they could take the punch at the higher weight division. But I think the biggest issue is the timeliness of it. Like, this should be 3-4 years before we
It'd
get
be
a.
it'd be 3-4 years now. You feel me? Like
You ain't
it'd be
lying.
3-4 years
You
now.
not
You ain't lying
lying.
about
You
that,
feel
bro.
me?
You not
So
lying.
shit, if we
But I
gotta
just I
adjust it
think that
to
due
two
to
weight classes,
injuries,
5, 6
due to
years.
injuries and all of the things that can happen in the sport, injuries and training and all type of shit, I could see so many issues with things getting pushed back or whatever. And then also when we talking about practical, like
yeah,
should they have like some type of tournament? Let's say they tried to do a Super Six. The top 6 fighters at every weight division is different depending on each sanctioning body. But if we were able to come to an agreement and say, no, these are really the best 6 fighters at this division, they all fight for different companies. You know what I'm saying? Like different promotional teams. So like the idea of getting everybody on the same page, it's already hard with this across the street shit. So I would love it as a fan. I just don't see it as
Timothy
being done.
Bradley.
yeah.
Slick, what you think?
It sound cool, but I just can't see it. All multiple fights back to back, like you said, with the injuries. It definitely would be good if it wasn't in the sport of boxing. I would say that. I just say one belt, each division. That end all that they're putting into everything. Just one belt. The man at this division get that belt. If that don't make them fight, I don't know what else will. It's a great idea, but I just feel like if we implement that one belt, everybody gonna have to fall in line because they gonna want to eat. The best gonna want to have that strap, that one strap. So I think we'll see fights if it comes to this one belt. We'll see what happened though. What you got, Scotty?
The big, uh, I think the biggest thing with that KT is Cash made some good points, and I agree with Slick on the one belt. But I think the biggest thing with that is it might only work, even if it did kind of work in the lower weight classes. When you get to 147 and 154, 160, 168, the weight disparity is much further apart than them little weight classes. Them dudes up there have to kill themselves. Even the catch weights they probably couldn't make. Once you get to 147, you talking about dudes probably walking around at 170, bro. These dudes big, man.
And
And
freaks.
yeah, they big, man. They big. I just don't think it'll work because of that main reason. Like now, if you want to do like the little weight classes, Manny Pacquiao started out at, and they try to give him credit like he got 8 weight divisions when he ain't even really winning at 154 when he beat Margarito, but it was a catch weight. But niggas like Roy Jones that jump all the way to heavyweight, they really
ain't
jump
gonna be no Pacquiao slander, man. We ain't
all the
doing
way,
it.
bro.
The
We is
great
because
Manny Pacquiao.
I'm just saying it's just a reality that when they separate these weight classes, the smaller weights are less. It's lesser weight in between the weight classes.
All right,
That's
G,
just a
we
fact.
ain't gonna do that. It's a big jump from
I'm
40
doing
to
it.
47. He won belts
That's what
at
I said. At
47.
40, I said 47. Then when you mentioned 140, I agree. I don't
All
disagree.
right, throw
But
that shit on
when
his
you get
name.
down,
Stop playing with
when you get
Pacquiao.
when you get down in them, I said where the weight classes he started at. I said where he started. In them little weight classes where that might can
8
work.
division weight champion.
Where Pacquiao
7.
started at 108. The boy was
Yeah,
tardy.
something like that.
The
But
boy
he's
was
7
tardy.
though.
8
7.
division. 8.
So who he beat at 154?
Margarito.
They didn't fight at 154.
Was the 54 belt on the line?
It was a catch weight. They didn't fight at
Okay.
154. They
Okay.
didn't fight at 154.
Was the belt on
Again,
the
which
line?
leads to my point again. That weight disparity is nah. Just like when Tank Davis beat Barrios. Like, come on, bro. You just mentioned Barrios. Now you want to bring up Margarito with the
That wasn't
concrete
a
in his
real
head.
belt. That was a
Bro,
WBA regular
sanctioning
belt.
bodies pick and choose when they want to put up their funky ass belts. I
I'm
don't care about
saying,
their
but
belt.
like the
I'm talking about
WBA
the
had a
weight.
real champion.
Yeah,
When
but
Mirez
they
was a
cut him.
real
But they
champion.
drained him down. They drained him down. He didn't fight.
Okay, but
Margarito. Bro, I ain't hearing it, bro. I always say that 7 weight division. He ain't beat nobody at 154 when they weighed in. Did they fight for that belt? Sure, because these sanctioned bodies pick and choose when they want to follow their rules and when they don't. Now you know that's true. So since they picking and
why
choosing,
Margarito agreed to the fight?
it's a bag. I agree to the fight.
Gee, we ain't doing that on Pacquiao. On my mama,
I
we
am.
ain't on Pacquiao.
My mama, I am.
Pacquiao is the second
Agree.
greatest fighter of his generation.
Agreed. But again, he didn't win. 7 divisions is still great, bro. That's great.
Gee, we talking about opinion and fact.
Hey,
Fact is, he had the
The
Pacquiao
belt
better
at
than
fact is,
Oscar.
54.
they didn't fight at the 154 when they weighed in. That's a
Okay, but he
fact.
got the 54 belt.
He did because the sanctioning body changed rules. That's a fact. What you say, KT?
You said Pacquiao better than Oscar.
Yes.
In my opinion.
And he smoked Oscar. He retired Oscar. Beat the fuck out of that boy.
But Oscar was, again, to his credit, I still think Pacquiao better. But to Oscar credit, he wasn't in his prime no more, whatever. But still, I still would think
I don't
Pacquiao was
know.
better.
Oscar Prime and Pacquiao Prime. I don't know. I might have to lean towards Golden Boy.
I hear you. I'm not mad at you. Cash niggas like something ridiculously not close. We
Nah.
gonna
It ain't
keep it
even
all
that
the way
I'm saying
deep.
it's ridiculous. But he beat the fuck out of him. Like, it's easy to sit here and say somebody wasn't this, they wasn't that. Motherfuckers try
That's
to say,
fine.
oh,
That's fine if he won. I'm just talking about at the peak of their careers.
Yeah, just like
I
prime. We know
think.
he wasn't in his prime.
I'm
who
talking
he
about the
fought
peak of
before
their
he fought
careers.
Pacquiao?
We ain't finna go down the rabbit hole,
Yeah,
He
man.
we ain't
fought
gotta do
Floyd
all that, bro.
Mayweather. He fought Floyd Mayweather. Did he look like he wasn't Oscar no more?
Yeah, but he fought him at 154. He didn't drain him to 147.
He
Same
put
thing
up a
Tank did with
fucking
Barrio.
phenomenal.
Floyd beat Oscar De La Hoya at 154.
And you talking about a nigga that weighed 108 pounds that came
That's
all the way
great.
up there to fight them.
I said Manny better. But we gonna keep the facts the facts.
G, it go both ways. Y'all talking about he drained them. This nigga little as fuck going up and fight all these men that's bigger than him.
Hey, I picked him.
Oscar beat Steve Forbes after he lost to Mayweather.
Steve Forbes.
Yeah, Steve Forbes. Then he fought
Hey,
Mayweather.
you gonna come out your ass with that
Right.
one, nigga.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
He pulled that.
Right. No. So that's the point that I'm making though.
But I'm not saying Pacquiao not great.
He had recently had a great fight with Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't that far off the way that y'all trying to make it sound.
No, but
And
he
it's
was
like,
drained to 147.
I hate the fact that opinion get brought into like fact. Like
That's not a fact.
no, hold on, listen to me. People opinion is always going to be like, oh, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. He just lost to him. He just came from this. He just had a car accident. Like, he fought him when he fought him. And he was undefeated. Or he had one loss, or he had two losses. And he lost. Those are the facts of the matter. We can always pick and talk about how good a fighter was based on all of this other shit. That's
So don't bring
perception.
up Tank and Barrios no more. Don't bring up that Tank and Barrios getting drained at 140 no more. Don't do that. Because you got to stay consistent. And I pick Manny Pacquiao is better, though. Let's be clear.
Did Tank come up from 108 fucking pounds?
No, again, I think Manny better than him, too.
Fuck out of here, man. Pacquiao
But
was
it's still
little
the
as hell,
same thing.
fighting all
It's
these
the
dudes
same
that's way bigger
concept.
than him.
Yeah, that's why he great. He the second best fighter of his era. Second best. The
All I
second
know
best
is
is
the
the first
fact
one.
is, regardless of what you're saying, the fact is he an 8 division champion.
He not.
So what was your answer to the question, Scotty, about the tournament?
I said I don't think it's practical. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think it'll
Okay.
work.
Okay.
I said even if it
I
was a little
was
bit
just
practical, a
dreaming
little way.
anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just dreaming as a
We just trying to come up with ways to see
boxer
these best
fan.
fights happen. I ain't mad
That's
at you. We
all.
want to see
That's
the best
all. You
fights,
know.
man.
Low key, it's been happening though. I think boxing fans, we so used to like bullshit that we kind of got PTSD. We keep going back to like ain't shit happening and woo woo woo, but like real shit, we've
No,
been
these
getting
last
good
three
ass
years.
fights.
Yeah, these last 3 years been fire.
Straight up.
These last
Especially
3
with
What
years
was that
been
Turkey.
year?
nice.
In 2023, it was cracking.
Yeah.
Especially with Turkey being part of the sport. Like we've been
Yeah.
getting real good fights. And that kind of leads into our next topic. Shakur tells Turkey to give him Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds. Says he also fight Gary Antoine Russell. Will we see this next? Scotty, we're gonna start with you.
Hey, y'all know that's what we were talking about when I said that Boots. He need to leave that Boots alone. All these built-in excuses. There's somebody right around in your weight class you can be fighting. And he said we can fight now. And like 2-3 days later, Cash, what it was on Twitter. Hey, Turkey, let me get dude. Good. So Boots can go ahead and fight Brian Norman or Barrios and unify so we can hurry up and go to 154. We can stop playing these games. Fight him. Oh, you don't want to fight me? Hey, Gary Antoine, what's up? I love the fights. I love it. I think because Gary Antoine's such a dog and he really that Polio fight really on his brain. I think he on his game mentally. And that I love to see Shakur, keep him off him. I love to see it. I love to see him outskill Teofimo, who been outskilled before. I love to see it. I want to see it. What you think, Slick?
No. Will we see that next?
Oh, will we see it next? I don't think T.O. want that smoke, but I think we can see a Gary Antoine Russell. I think that'll happen.
You think that could be Shakur next fight?
Yeah, if he don't get what he want at 135, yup. Because Gary Antoine said, hey, what I gotta hear what he said, but yeah, we can get it, So I trust him.
Slick,
I trust Gary Antoine.
Slick, what say you?
Ain't T.O. fighting Boots?
Teo got a fight right now that's lined up.
Right. Ain't none of that lined up yet. All this is if T.O. win against Buddy, what's his name? Start with a B.
Barbosa.
Fuck him then. My opinion,
Barbosa.
I ain't interested in T.O. anyway. I think the fight, if anything to be made, is to be Shakur and Antoine Russell. He's coming off a win, previous loss, champion. Shakur can fight for a belt. I think that's the better fight. Gary Antoine Russell gonna bring the fight to him. Shakur is a technical fighter. I think style makes fights. I think that'd be an awesome fight right there. Will we see it next? I don't know. You never know what the fuck we gonna see when Shakur trying to find a fight. He could be fighting a motherfucking plumber for all I know. I don't know what his situation is because it's murky. I will hope it's next, but I don't know. What you got, Cash?
What my boy Red did he say? No. Hell no. Hell no. Will
Wait,
we
to
see
which
this
one?
fight? Will we see this fight next? No. Uh, ain't no way. Teo
Oh, Teo,
on
yeah.
God's green earth. Like, I will bet my right foot Teo never fights Shakur for nothing. Like,
I agree.
he already know the type of problem he got with boxers. He gonna make every excuse about, oh, he don't make no money, he don't sell out. Why would I fight him? He never gonna entertain that. He'd rather go get knocked out by Boots in 3 rounds before he fights Shakur. So that ain't gonna happen. I do believe Gary Antoine, based on his pedigree, is the type of guy that would do that. But I don't see Shakur moving up to 40 unless it's a fight that people really demanding, and people not demanding that fight. So, do I
Damn.
see that happening next? No. Who do I see Shakur fight next? I do like this,
Bobby,
I do like this, and I go, I don't
Bobby
know.
Yeager.
Like, nigga ain't gonna, like, don't nobody want to fight him. He can't get a big name in the ring. We want to see him against Tank. We already know what's up with that. So it's like,
That's that's
Man,
why he
Cash
got to
one of
go.
my
Up. That's why he got to go up to 140. That's why he got to go up to 140 and fight Antoine Russell.
yeah,
He a
Cash, you hurt my
champion.
feelings.
G, I ain't
Cause
gonna
you
lie.
telling
That
the
shit
truth.
sound good, like move up because other motherfuckers will, but they gonna say the same shit everybody say at 140. Maybe, like I said, I do believe Gary Antoine would take the fight based on his pedigree. Uh, but it's just not a high demand fight. Like the type of money they gonna get unless Turkey say, I'm gonna pay y'all. I don't see it being worth it for either fighter
None
with
of that.
that.
None of that matters. Tank versus Roach wasn't a high demand fight.
Right,
Well,
but PBC is gonna make fights within a stable, and they gonna pay Tank always. I'm saying,
True.
I'm saying their promotional company is not gonna pay them for that fight. Only way that fight gonna happen is Turkey say this is a fight that I want to see. He ain't really showed no interest in that fight, so I just don't see it happening next. I see Shakur stand at 35. He moved to 40 for a superstar. He moved to 40 to fight a big name, a Ryan Garcia, a Tiafimo, a Devin Haney. He don't move there to fight a Gary Antoine
but
Russell.
that's what I'm saying. That don't make no sense to me because I'm gonna give Shakur more credit him beating Antoine Russell than
You
him
a
being.
boxing fan.
But
You a boxing
we
fan.
we not speaking from the casual standpoint though. We got to give him that real. I'm gonna
We
give
are speaking
Shakur
from a
more credit.
casual standpoint.
Yeah,
Outstanding
We speaking
casuals,
to the
man.
casuals.
We're speaking to the
yeah,
casuals here.
We speaking to
yeah.
the
We can't.
casuals.
So we no. But
So
I'm
he
saying I'm
educating
not.
them right now.
I'm gonna give Shakur more credit for beating Antoine Russell than I am for him beating Ryan Garcia. Point blank. Period. I don't care about the name part. As far as fighting skills, I'm gonna give Shakur more credit than him taking a fight with Russell than him going up to 40 to beat Garcia. That makes no sense to me.
That
KT.
makes no sense to you. Him
It
going up and
don't.
fighting Ryan
It
Garcia
don't-
at 40.
it would make sense to me if Core can get a fight. He can't get
Gee,
a fight.
hey, Ryan part of the Juicy Juice, but stop playing. Like Ryan
So
can
is
fight.
Manny.
Come on, man. I ain't
Ryan
saying
can fight.
I ain't saying he can't, but Antoine Russell is better in my opinion than Garcia.
I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know. I
I
don't
ain't gonna
know.
cap.
And
All
it
right.
ain't
Manny got more
close to
skills.
the same money. It ain't close to the same money.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about money, Jim. I'm talking about boxing wise.
Okay, G, but like we know that don't mean nothing. Like it's easy to sit here and say like, yeah, we want the best to fight the best, but that shit don't be happening unless Turkey is involved. Like I said, if Turkey says I want y'all to fight, he gonna put the money up and make it worth it for the fighters. But outside of him being involved, the promotional company's not putting the money up.
All right, that's cool. Shakur, you stay at 35, get fights when you can, and that's cool. If that's the route you want to take, that's cool. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying if you want to get these fights, these are the risks that you have to take sometimes. This is what
Mm.
you have to do.
Shakur moved to 40 if it's worth it. Go ahead, KT. My fault.
No, y'all
You
good
on
shit,
one today.
man. No and no, man. T.O. to me is he becoming like Keith Thurman, man. Y'all know how I feel about these boys, G. Um,
Shit, wrestling.
it's I could see Shakir moving up to 140 if it was somebody to fight there. Gary, yeah, if he really want him, like if he really want Gary at 140, I think Gary give him the smoke. But like, I would have said, yeah, Regis. But how Regis felt getting embarrassed against Haney, he definitely not gonna want to get in there with Shakir. Uh,
Yeah, he
then
flat-footed.
what? Jose coming up, so that's already booked. Maybe if Jose win, he'll say, yeah, let me go ahead and get Jose in at
Jose who?
140. Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody at 140.
My mama, y'all gonna stop playing with
Haney
Devin.
already teasing going to 147 after he
Hey,
fight Ron
wait, KT.
Garcia.
So you say ain't nobody at 140?
No. The fights that Shakir needs to be worth going to 140 right now, he not gonna get it. It's not there. Haney
Devin ain't worth.
teased Haney teasing going up to 147 after he fight Garcia.
But he at 40 though, bro. That'll be a good
Yeah,
fight.
we're gonna talk about where he at right now. What he talking about? What we gonna get when we get there?
But that's not next because they already got if Haney win him lined up with Ron Garcia comes next. So we talk about what's next for Shakir. If it would be
Right.
going to 140, who would it be? There's nobody there really right now for him at 140.
That's a lot of
Unless it
smoke at
was,
40, bro.
yeah, unless it was Gary. And that's what I'm saying. So it ain't gonna be T.O. If Gary get like if he really persisted on Gary, I say that's the fight that probably happens
You
at
don't like
140.
Shakur against Matias?
I mean
Come on, Cash.
Matias is cool, but like who wants to
He ain't gonna get in that
we
ring with
got
him.
fights we want to see at 135 and other fights at 140 before Matias. But if he can't get nothing else, then hell get
Man,
Biggie.
we
It's a
talking
good, you know what I'm
circle,
saying?
man.
Like he can't get nobody
He
else.
can't get no fight.
He
He
just
These
can't
can't
dudes
get
get
don't
no
want to
nobody
fights,
fight.
else.
bro. I like him
These
at
they don't
40
want to
or
fight.
35. And it's a
Yeah, he
lot
can
of
put him in
smoke.
between them.
Them really good divisions, both of them.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's a
are.
lot of good fighters at both divisions. He just can't get no smoke.
It's just them
That's why
niggas
I
got
agree
the
with
next.
Slick.
They
Come
got the
on, Gary.
next 2 years already
Like, if,
booked up. Like you can't
who he
even get
gonna
on these
fight?
niggas' calendars. Like
Who he gonna
it's
fight,
crazy.
Cash? You got it. Gary going. Hey, I gotta hold Shakur to the same standards. Everybody, ain't no favoritism. You call somebody out, you gotta fight him if he take the fight.
I guarantee you. Hey, I don't be bagging motherfuckers' words like that because these boxes be weird. But every time Shakur say I'm gonna do something,
That's what I'm saying. What's up, Gary?
I wish,
Gary said he wanted
I,
to.
I wish that Keyshawn and Stevenson were cool.
me
Because
too.
Keyshawn legitimately think he the
Yeah.
best at 135.
No,
Me
we ain't
too.
even got to
Shakir
go
think he the
down
best at
this
135.
because y'all know how I feel about that. I feel like they should fight regardless.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't even got to go
This
there.
nigga fight his mama.
That ain't got nothing to
Hey,
do with it, bro. We both in the same sport, in the same division, bro. Like we ain't trying to kill each other out here, nigga. We finna go out here and perform. It ain't about that.
Make it worth my while for me to
I,
fight my brother.
I agree with you, Slick, but they didn't make Klitschko's fight each other, and I get they real blood brothers, so it's a difference. But I want to see him fight too. But damn,
Ain't no difference. We've been friends since we was 15 and 13. Ain't no
it's just
difference.
it's a genetic difference.
Roach
But
and Tank, bro.
the bond ain't no different. The bond ain't
Roach and
no different.
Roach and
Roach
Tank
and
just
Tank
fought.
know each other, but they not
They
homies though.
not they not close homies.
They
They
don't
not
spar
homies.
together. They don't be in the same camps. They don't
They do
fuck with each
spar
other on
together.
a day to
They
day.
did spar at least.
Yeah,
They
that was
did
back in
When
spar
the
they were
together.
shorties.
Yeah.
they was back in the
Exactly.
And it
day.
wasn't no friend shit.
I'm just saying they
Man,
did spar together.
he
That's what
say
they
I ain't
Yeah,
did.
gonna
it's a
talk bad. I ain't gonna talk bad about you because Mom Duke's here. They got a relationship.
Yeah, G on some
not
like
like
we from
them
the
though,
same
bro.
area type
It
shit, but
don't
it's
matter.
definitely
Don't matter if it ain't like them. I'm saying if
how
they
about
both
it
the
ain't like that.
if
Nigga,
they
he
both
spent
if
nights
they
at his
both the
mama
best
crib.
if they both the best at 135, they should get it on at least once, man. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Cat,
KT,
We gonna
KT,
bump heads on it.
you'll let a
We gonna
motherfucker
bump
tell you
heads
you
on
gotta
it.
fight me.
We gonna bump heads on it.
And they,
Y'all not professional boxers either. Y'all don't
Nigga,
got
we
no
spent
straps.
nights at each other crib. What you mean?
All right,
It's
so
different.
we just gonna have a difference of
I
opinions here.
see both of y'all points. I see both points. I see both. I see Cash. They really tight like that. Like Lamont and Tank is nothing like that. Nothing
Ain't
like that.
nothing like
But
that.
I still want to see it. But
I
hey,
agree. I
Shakur,
wish they wasn't homies because that's definitely a fight that motherfuckers want to see. But I ain't mad at them for not. That's one man in the whole
I ain't
world
mad
that you
at
saying I'm not gonna fight.
Yeah, I ain't mad at them. And they both saying it. It ain't like somebody ducking. Unless you want to call them both ducks.
I ain't
I
mad
ain't
at
mad.
it either. I'm just saying they should fight. I ain't mad at it at all.
If they keep doing what they supposed to do, eventually that shit gonna happen anyway. Real shit.
Hey, Tommy
Be
gonna put
like,
that
yo, they
back.
got be
Hey,
like,
They
I
yo,
need
gonna
a
get
hundred.
enough
they
money
got 100
behind
mil
both of
for
them.
us each. They got
I
100
need a
mil
hundred
for us
M.
each, Brody. Let's
Real
Hey,
go get
Cash
shit.
for
that
a
bag.
hundred M. We can get in there. Hey,
For both
400
of us,
M's
nigga, they
deal.
got 100 for us each,
Straight up
bro.
That
like
ain't
great
happening.
grandkid is good. Your
That
great
that,
grandkid is good. Come on,
that
let's
won't
do it,
happen.
bro.
Let's
Them
go.
boys ain't getting no
Family.
honey. Y'all know that. They ain't happening.
so they not fighting.
If
That's
they build
fine.
it up, if Tank could get his bitch ass in the ring and fight Shakur and lose, look how sour KT look. Look.
I missed what you said, bro. My bad. It's probably something about Earl or some shit, because you weak as hell.
Nah, I ain't on that. I fuck with
Oh,
Earl. Nah, but for real though, I like Shakur. It's a bunch of fights at 35. It's a bunch of fights at 40. I just don't see him jumping up to 40 unless it's a big money fight.
He ain't
Cause
gonna
he
have no choice.
comfortable at 35. Uh, he looking to unify. Loma gonna have to come up off this belt. Loma talking about fighting Tank now.
He called him out again.
Motherfucker
You
saying
seen that,
Tank.
KT?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Motherfucker
He
seeing
won't
Tank
think.
now they
He
want to
think
fight.
Tank. He think Tanks. He think. Yeah.
Hey, he said, yeah, that's how it be. That's how it be. Niggas be waiting, like you said, Cass,
Nah,
till
nah, nah,
somebody
nah,
show a
nah. We
chick in
not
their
finna do
armor.
that, KT. No, no, no. Lomachenko been calling that dude out for
No,
years.
no, no,
Now go
no,
ahead.
no, no,
No.
no, no, no. Nigga was damn near finna retire to not fight Tank. Now all of a sudden he see somebody do good against him. Hey, you still want to fight? Fuck out of
But
here.
he was trying to fight Tank a long time ago, though.
Fuck out of
That
here. I
gotta
hope
give him.
Tank face plant his ass. Hope he Manny Pacquiao that nigga.
And when you turn on Loma like that, man,
Talking about
that used to
turn
be
on him.
me.
Talking
That
about
used to be.
turn on
It
him.
still is me.
When that
No,
motherfucker started talking about
I'm
I don't
proud
want to
of you.
fight, get a
I'm
belt to my
proud of you.
ass.
No, no, no. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Looking at. All right, shit. Anybody got any final thoughts?
I just want
Nah,
to say, T.O. will never fight Shakur.
Never.
Hey, get SIU in your brackets to take down motherfucking Houston tomorrow, man. That's all I'm saying, G.
well, they finna get
That
their ass
shit cooked.
manhandled.
43. Fuck you talking about?
Get
They ass
SIU in
gonna
your
score 30
brackets, boy.
points.
Hey, you'll
On the
see.
real. I do got
You'll
a close
see.
thought. Shout out to my son for making the varsity team, man. Varsity
Yes,
baseball.
sir.
Straight up. Shout
Hey,
Hey,
out
shout out
Cam.
my nephew.
Shout out Cam.
Yes, sir.
All
On the
right,
real.
shit. Thank y'all for tuning in to the World's Outstanding Casuals. Where we care more about being real than being right. Hope you enjoyed the pod. Like, share, and subscribe. And let's normalize saying I don't know. If you don't know some shit, just say I don't know it. You ain't got to sit here and give your opinion about some shit you don't know about.
And I
Listen
know
to each other.
SIU is gonna beat Houston on baby. Them y'all gonna see.
They
Yes,
gonna
sir.
get smoked.
They getting
Peace.
smoked, KT.
Man, y'all go see.
and fuck dude.